afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to Chase Race number 2, race number 28 of the 2025 edition of the WRA Oreo Cup Series, getting set to go racing here at Mexico City here in Mexico. Getting ready for 8 laps of racing. I know that seems kind of a bit of a short race, but this is a very long road course these drivers are going to run. So it'll definitely take a long time for them to complete one lap. So we're definitely in for a good one. And of course, no cautions in today's race. On the pole position is Daniel Witter. She comes in this race 6 points above the cut line, 9th in the point standings. She is alongside of Kyler Anderson, who took the biggest hit. He dropped all the way down to 15th in the points. He is a total of 6 points below the cut line, so he needs a good run here today. Sean Art, 2 points below that 12th position in the points cut line. Row number 2. And Bradley Ream, who comes in this race 8 points below the playoff cut line. So all 4 drivers starting up front are playoff drivers. Some of them are below the cut line. Some of them are above the cut line. As we get ready for today's race, look at the rest of the starting lineup. Quentin Morgan set a time in qualifying, had a mechanical problem. And you also see the go-or-go homers that raced their way in, because qualifying, as I said, was straight out. The lineup was and then all of the go-or-go homers who were below the second position, the point leaders, home, unfortunately. So here are the points coming into this race. 29 points above the cut line is Marinelli DeLeon. She is the points leader. 27 is N Fryman. He is second. 20... here. Yeah, 26 above the cut line is Skylar Taylor is third. 20 points above the cut line, Eric Stanbury is fourth. 16 points above the cut line is K Wascher in fifth. 9 points above the cut line is K Crenshaw in sixth, which I didn't even mention her in the results last week at Darlington. I apologize about that. B Paquette 7 points above the cut line is seventh. 6 above the cut line is Quentin Moore, Daniel Witter. 5 points above the cut line is R Fogleman, who's 10th. 1 point above the cut line is J Harmon. Cody Smart and S Ozkan are tied for that 12th position in the points cut line. And then 2 points below is Sean Art. 6 points below is Kyler Anderson. And Bradley Reed is below the cut line. Let's get these cars moving up. Hold on. Alright, let's try that again. As everybody rolls off. I apologize, my NR is lagging for some reason. They're coming through the Paratata for the start of this race. I'm going to restart my laptop because I don't know why it's lagging all of a sudden. We're getting set for the middle race of the round of 16. What will the points be like going into our first elimination race next week at Indianapolis Motor Speedway? We're going to find out right here, right now. Green flag in the air. We're racing. It's the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Oh, got somebody in trouble in the back. Oh, William Ayers is around. Quentin Moore just got a piece of it. Saman Ozkan going through the, or no, that's Fitzwater in the grass. Eric Monaco's involved. A lot of damage to Eric Monaco's machine. That was kind of a bizarre first lap of this race. But like I said, with no cautions, you got to do what you got to do. They're going around the Paracotta for the first time. The winner will lead the first lap of this race. It's the first time the Oreo Cup Series are racing outside the United States. Eric Monaco has come to pit road. I believe he's taken his car back behind the wall. And he has. Yeah, the damage too much on that 44 machine. That's a tough break for a go-or-go homer. He's 37th in the points. That's a tough break for them. As you look at the back of the field, Fitzwater, last week's winner. There's Summit Ozkan, who's tied for that 12th position in the points cut line. He's back here at the rear of the field. Quentin Moore came in straight 6 points above the cut line. This is not where he needs to be. Got some dust kicking up as far as that's concerned. You're hearing my roommate singing. I'm sorry about that. And Tyler Anderson came in straight 6 points up below the cut line. This is a well-needed run for him. Let's see where that other person who was tied with Summit Ozkan is. There's Cody Smart running in the 18th position last time by. Battling with fellow playoff contender Baby C Bracken. Looks like Baby CJ is going to get around him, so he'll take the 18th position away on Cody Smart really fighting back. Good racing we're seeing between the 2 and the 7. DJ came in race 7 points above the 12th position, the points cut line. So we'll have to see where this is going to situate him heading into next week's elimination race at Indianapolis. Eric Monaco, the only driver out of the race. So we've already documented the top 4. Find out where the rest of our playoff drivers are. K Wascher in 12th, A Crenshaw 13th, Reggie Fogleman in 15th. Good run for Gene Evans, by the way, a go-or-go homer. Cody Smart and Baby CJ, we mentioned, 18th and 19th. Let's see here. Looking through, trying to find more playoff contenders. Eric Stanbury in 31st, Skylar Taylor 33rd. Marinelli Dillion, who came in this race as the points leader, 34th. Nathan Fryman, 35th. Quentin Moore, 37th. Summit Ozkan, 39th. Remember, he was tied for that 12th position, the points cut line. I believe that's it for your playoff drivers. So with what I'm seeing here, we may end up having a doozy of an elimination race next week at Indianapolis. From what I'm seeing right here, so a lot of drivers had a good run last week at Darlington, not having good runs this week. Those that came in this race that were nearly 30 points above the cut line. So we definitely are going to have ourselves a doozy of elimination race. And remember, last week at Darlington, none of our playoff drivers go to victory lane, but here's the thing. If Danielle Witter goes to victory lane, doesn't matter what happens to her next week at Indianapolis. She's locked in to the round of 12. We're past the halfway point here in Mexico. The 3 laps of racing to go. And for Danielle Witter, who would win this race, if she does hold off Tyler Anderson, that would be a critical playoff point that would go into the reformatted playoff stage. Because remember, we're using the 2014 point system and not the current playoff system we're using with the 5 playoff points and all that, yada, yada, yada. Danielle Witter from Alabama. Been a part of the DVR clan for many, many years. She will be back with this team, the 20 team next season. In fact, Joe Gibbs Racing has already announced their driver lineup for next season, as they will definitely keep the 4 that they have right now, which is Alina Ritchie, Jackie Ting, Danielle Witter, and the 54 we are not sure about though. We're gonna have 2 laps to go. I'll have to do it tomorrow. If you can do it today, that helps. Okay. Yeah, because I used to do it with Harkins, but they stopped doing it after the pandemic, so. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was talking to Andrew there. I should have just took a commercial break. That was my fault. Tyler Anderson in second, having a very good run. Had a poor finish last week at Darlington. S Ard, Senor Sean running in third. Sean still looking for his first win on the season. Team is raised 2 points below the cut line, and with a lot of drivers ahead of him in the points who've had trouble or are struggling today, this could put Sean in a very precarious position heading into our elimination race next week. As the white flag is going to be displayed for Danielle Witter. 1 more lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. For Danielle Witter, if she can hang on, this will be her second win of the season, but more importantly, this will punch her ticket into the round of 12, regardless what happens next week at Indianapolis. For Tyler Anderson, who came in this race below the cut line, this will definitely get him out of the danger zone and get him above the cut line. And this could, like I said, give us a very interesting elimination race at Indianapolis coming up next week. As Danielle Witter going through the S's for the final time here in Mexico City. She's been the dominant car of the race. She has led every lap so far. Nobody has had a challenge for that Mobil 1 Toyota Camry SXE. And, of course, the Cup Series will be racing here next season. As Danielle Witter rounds off the final corner to win her second race of her career in the Oreo Cup Series. But more importantly, this punches her ticket into the round of 12. Danielle Witter wins at Mexico. And she will become our first playoff driver to punch her ticket into the round of 12. The top four were basically playoff drivers. Tyler Anderson, Sean R, Bradley Reim, second, third, and fourth. Tyler Anderson was below the cut line. He will be out of the danger zone. Sean R came his race below the cut line, and Bradley Reim was also below the cut line. Those three drivers have gotten themselves just like that out of the cut line, so they have gotten a recovery finish that will definitely help them. And they'll be in precarious positions for our elimination race next week at Indianapolis, as the standings are now official. Chase Burke comes home in 5th. Chase Burke 29th, and points good run for him. B Paquette, who missed the playoffs, she is 6th. She was 17th in points. Sam Tenley 7th. Good run for Sam. Jackie Tang 8th. Maddie Crenshaw 9th. And Jalicia Huseman completes the top 10. We had 4 of our playoff drivers inside the top 10. Where did the other 12 drivers finish? And I'll make sure not to forget any playoff drivers like I did last week at Darlington. K Wascher 12. With 16 points above the cut line. We'll have to see where this is going to situate him. A Crenshaw 14. She was also above the cut line, so not a terrible position for her, but we'll see where this is going to situate her. Reggie Fogleman, 5 points above the cut line, 15th. Cody Smart, 18th. C Bracken, 20th. As we're looking further on down, this is Josh Harmon came home in 28th. He was barely above the cut line, if you ask me, Josh Harmon. If you look on down to the rest of the finishing results, looking for other playoff drivers I need to see. E Stanbury 31st. Skylar Taylor 33rd. Marinelli Dillion, the points leader, 35th. Quentin Moore 36th. This is going to be problems for Q-Man. He will be in a precarious position. N Fryman 39th. That's not the run he was hoping for. S Ozkan in 40th. And remember, S Ozkan was tied with Cody Smart for 12th position of the points. That will definitely confirm S Ozkan will be one of the 4 drivers below the cut line. Zachary Fitzwater, 1 week removed after winning at Darlington. 41st, not the run he was hoping for. Nobody finished a lap down or more. 41 drivers finished on the lead lap, and Eric Monaco, the only go-homer, out of the race after he ran into the back of somebody going into turn number 1 on lap number 1. So a tough break for them, but oh boy, this could get really ugly, to say the least, and nobody's going to be in a must-win situation, but Daniel Witter looks like she will be the only one safe. Who's going to join her after next week's elimination race at Indianapolis? We're going to have to find that out at the same time as we do. But thank you all for joining me for today's race here at Mexico City. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We showed your full finish results. Your points and playoff points are down in the description. Keep an eye on that 12th position in the points cut line, because that will be a interesting scenario when we talk about our elimination race next week at Mexico City. Indianapolis, rather. Until then, I've been Ian signing off. Goodbye from Mexico City, as you've been watching another broadcast of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013.